Hello everyone and welcome back aboard the home of the Hype Train and its dedicated football team, Hype Train FC. Welcome back for more coverage of the Reading Sunday Social League as we enter Matchday 2 against Southbank FC at the Atrium Health Club in Reading on Sunday, April the 18th, 2021. Needing a win after an opening day loss to Woodley Saints at the Berkshire County Sports Club last Sunday. Another defeat in the 7-game RSSL might already prove fatal for any hopes of finishing in the top 2 positions and a place in the grand final in June. Fitted in our red Kitlocker power-up strip, we lined up with Jake Holloway in goal, with a back four consisting of Robert Austin, Vince van Lembergen, Rod Stevens and debutant Federico Martorell. In midfield, Callum Fox-Spence, STEFAN, SUKARA and Sam Bolwell were in the heart of midfield, with John Watkins and Phil Newport out wide in support of Graham High in a lone forward position. Among the substitutes for the morning, Joe Soy was joined by Waleed Zaki and Tay Eom. In what is the most Sunday League thing to happen to the club so far, 5 minutes before kickoff we found out that the referee wasn't going to turn up to the game as he didn't remember. We had the choice to forfeit the game, or Southbank's manager decided to step forward and wanted to ref the game. We thought about the element of bias and everything else that goes along with having the opposition manager ref the game, but to Southbank's credit, their manager did a fantastic job and played the game in a very good spirit. As ever, ahead of kickoff in the RSSL, we want to give shout out to some of our great sponsors and the companies and people involved in grassroots football that help make this tournament be possible. You can find out more about the RSSL sponsors, web design agency Lens Digital in the description below, alongside the team at Football in Berkshire, Awards FC and ourselves at the Hype Train. We start in the first half going from right to left with a Jake Holloway goal kick that's flicked on well by Graham High. Phil Newport's on to the chase and he takes it down the left wing and he's finally able to turn into the box. The ball's cut back but cleared back and falls to Sam Bolwell, who spoons his effort wide of the mark. It doesn't take long for the first goal of the afternoon to arrive, and it fell to Southbank in the first half when the ball gets flicked into the penalty area and it goes out to their forward Musa, who takes the touch and it comes bouncing off of his hand, who's able to turn and get it back into the box, and the ball is smashed home by the forward player, giving the hosts an early lead. Another long kick forward from Jake Holloway in goal, fed out to Callum Fox-Spence following a Phil Newport touch. He's taken out by the player and we get a free kick around 20 yards out. STEFAN SUKARA, our number 14, stepped over the ball, and as you can see here there's a long delay before the referee, the Southbank manager, finally blows. With STEFAN finding the corner expertly to equal the game, STEFAN's first goal for the club. With the team on the attack again, we start with the ball for high up the pitch with Phil Newport unable to connect with the shot. With STEFAN SUKARA winning a header that falls out to Sam Bolwell. What we're about to see here is the second and third long shots from Bolwell in the game. This one's slightly closer, but it doesn't trouble the keeper. Southbank now have an opportunity to pump the ball forward and their goalkeeper does just that. We bottle the header and the ball falls out to one of their players who takes a shot, but it's blocked well by Vince with the corner kick given to the hosts. We start this next phase when Jake Holloway collects from a Southbank shot, which is calmly collected by the goalkeeper. You can see here that we're taking our time to reset, and as we're looking for the ball forward, Jake is taking his sweet time on the ball. There's an eventual long kick from Holloway in goal, and as you can see it steers clear of our Vio's camera lenses, flicked on by Phil Newport and dinked over the keeper by Graham High for his first goal for the club too. The team have the lead, but Southbank can't without their chances, and as you can see here, they're working the ball well through the middle. There's a couple of passes that goes up to their forward Musa, who eventually checks in and sets up his forward attacking player, and there's a shot from range which Jake Holloway tips over the bar. We're now into the second half, going from left to right, and Rod Stevens and STEFAN SUKARA have stepped over the ball. Roddy dinks the ball into the penalty area, and it's about half an inch away from the head of Phil Newport, and as you can see from Phil's reaction, it should have been connected. Then we have Southbank with their own set piece as their player stands over the ball. There's a deep delivery that goes in and in and in, but it just goes over the bar and hits the roof of the net. Southbank now have another opportunity to equalise in the game, and they work the channels well with one of their players speeding down their right channel. There's a ball into the box, and as you can see here, it's overshot and their forward player Moose is running onto it. There's a bit of options for support for the player as the cutback's on, and their midfield player decides to take a couple of touches in and fire at goal himself, with the eventual shot going a few metres wide. From the left-hand side, STEFAN SUKARA collects a throw-in and does well to shrug off a couple of Southbank players before he eventually connects with Callum Fox-Spence with a quick 1-2. SUKARA has the ball again and he drives into the penalty area, takes a couple of sweet touches and delivers a shot in. The Southbank keeper spills the ball with Joe Sawyer at hand to tap in. It's also his first goal, which means we've got 3 unique goal scorers for the day. From a throw-in on the left-hand side, Taboos collects the ball well, jinks in and turns before delivering a cross. It's spooned back towards the keeper who collects. Our South Koreans are it again, and this time it's from a STEFAN SUKARA delivery that goes to the edge of the penalty area. The ball bubbles out to Tay as he takes a shot, and it gets deflected for a corner. It's now Southbank's time for the spectacular, and they're working their right-hand channel with the ball eventually flung into the middle of the goal, with their player deciding to take a volley, and it's a little bit wide of the mark, but it's a good effort. Back down the left side, Jakey's got the ball and he delivers a nice peach down the wing, with Phil Newport flicking on the ball for our South Korean tie to get onto it. He takes his time, composes himself before planting the effort into the back of the net, meaning that we've got a great 4-1 lead over Southbank. Having just netted his first goal for the club, Taboos back in the action again, and it all starts when STEFAN SUKARA drives with the ball. He finds the feet of Joe Sawyer on the right hand side, who then tucks in and delivers to Ty. Ty takes one touch and unleashes a shot, and it's not too far wide. The trilogy of Sam Bolwell's long range shots culminate here in the game, and unfortunately Bolwell doesn't get a goal here. As you can see, the midfielder doing well to control the ball before Bolwell hits a speculative effort. This one isn't too far over and draws a good save from the keeper. There's one final chance for Southbank to restore a goal in the game, and it all comes from midfield when one of their players and Sam Bolwell is squaring up. Joe Sawyer does a good tackle and it goes infield to one of their midfielders, who's able to take a touch and a strike, but it bounces before it hits the goal and it goes wide. Going into the game, the boys in red saw out a great 4-1 win thanks to goals from 4 first-time goal scorers: STEFAN SUKARA, Graham Hyde, Joe Sawyer and Taboos. Elsewhere in the RSSL, Woodley continued their perfect start to the season with a commanding 6-0 win against Thames Valley Railway, whilst Rose and Thistle conquered Tylehurst Titans 3-1 at the Atrium's other pitch to ensure they kept pace with Woodley at the top. After losing to Southbank on opening day, Caversham United got off the mark with a 5-1 victory against New England, whilst our own win moves us up to 4th in the table. Next up for the team, we had the task of taking on second place Rose and Thistle in another crunch game for the club in the competition, with the team going up against one of our current players, Chris Marshall. Until next time, believe the hype.